Football fans rejoice. Week 1 is here, and this NFL season, American adults are expected to legally wager a record amount on games according to the American Gaming Association. September also kicks off Responsible Gaming Education Month, a campaign in its 26th year and to spotlight and strengthen responsible gaming education. Joining us with more, we welcome Bill Miller, American Gaming Association President and CEO. Good morning, Bill. How are you this morning?
I am great, Elliott. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, it's a
today.
pleasure having you on. You know, the NFL's back, fall is here, fans get super excited. So what does the new data tell us about wagers for this upcoming NFL season?
Well, it tells us that the American public is embracing sports betting in a manner that is unprecedented, and that since the Supreme Court allowed states other than Nevada to legally bet on sports, Americans have moved quickly and thoroughly from the illegal markets into the legal market. And so we think that it's exciting. We think that it really is additive for the fan experience. And importantly, it's really allowing people to migrate from the illegal websites of offshore and the corner bookie to legal consumer protected environments. One of the things that is really great about this is number one, the American public is really embracing sports betting, and number two is that it is further and further a representation of the mainstream elements of the gaming industry that really began in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, that's true right here. But with that in mind about consumers, what are the latest trends about consumer engagement with sports betting telling us?
Well, I think one of them is showing us that we're seeing increased growth. We're seeing increased growth across a number of demographics. Importantly, we're also seeing increased acceptance. 9 out of 10 Americans believe that this is an acceptable form of entertainment. And so the further mainstreaming of the gaming industry, specifically sports betting, is evident in the data.
What is responsible game betting like? What does that look like these days?
Well, I think that in the legal sports betting market, it is absolutely core to the success of illegal sports betting in America. And we've been doing it for decades. Literally, legal sports betting responsibility has been core to how Las Vegas and Nevada was created. And I think that what we're seeing is this is core to the success of legal sports betting around the country. And it really involves 4 elements. The first element is having a budget and sticking to your budget. And recognizing that sports betting is fun and entertaining. It's not intended to be a second job. 2 is that you know the odds, you know the terminology, you know what it is you're actually betting on. 3, it remains social. I mentioned fun a minute ago. This is fun and entertaining. It's intended to be done with your work colleagues, your family, and your friends. And then finally, importantly, it's to make sure that you're betting with a legal operator, and that just because something is available online doesn't make it legal. And I think that those are really, really important things. The AGA has a number of important ways to make people better understand the nuts and bolts of sports betting and our PSA campaign. If you want more information about the AGA and what we do in responsibility, it's americangaming.org. And then what we've done is really partnered with leagues, teams, arenas, stadiums, and broadcasters to better have them better understand what the sports betting ecosystem looks like. We created this PSA campaign called Have a Game Plan, Bet Responsibly. And for people that want to know more about that, it's haveagameplan.org.
Talking about that responsibility, how can Americans getting in on the action this NFL season bet responsibly?
Well, I think it starts with setting a budget. And I think importantly, in the same way that you should do when you think about what are you going to do with your entertainment dollars. You're going to go to a show, you're going to go to the theater or restaurant. This is in that budget. This is not in your essentials budget. And so having a budget and sticking to that budget is core to making sure that as a sports bettor, whether you're an experienced sports bettor or a new person just experiencing sports betting for the first time, that you set a budget and you stick to it. Number two, that you do it in a responsible manner and that it's social and that it's fun. And then that two, you really understand the differences between different types of bets, over-unders, favorites and underdogs, but then also some of the more interesting dynamics of parlays. All of these are important to make sure that your experience as a sports bettor is one that you enjoy and is fun for everyone.
Yeah, important information, Bill. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for all that information.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
For more information, make sure you head to haveagameplan.org.